11 Mile State Park is in South Park, an expansive high-altitude grassland region of central Colorado. This remarkable setting is home to tremendous recreational opportunities. Anglers and riders consistently tout 11 Mile's large reservoir for its outstanding fishing. It is a prime location for ice fishing. Anglers enjoy the solace and beauty the park provides during the winter while trying their luck through the ice. On this Friday in mid-March, experienced angler Bryan Johnson of Salida is targeting trout at 11 Mile. He offers some tips and insights for anglers to try out on their fishing adventure here or elsewhere.
Here's your cool trick about these. Put in reverse.
Oh, plug it back in.
So we got the ice hut over here, and we're gonna fish inside the ice hut, and then outside the ice hut we each have our second rod stamp. So in order to take advantage of that, we set up these jaw jackers, and they basically just dead stick a bait all day, and they're way more patient than we are. They just sit there and dead stick it, and just ups our odds a little bit. We could spread it out a little bit. I brought them in kind of closer to the hut this time, just in case what's jigging in the hut draws fish in, and then they want something that's not moving. So yeah, these these things have really changed the game. These automatic fishermen, or these jaw jackers, for upping your opportunities, and they're really great for kids that can't pay attention for very long. So out here at 11 Mile especially, is you just want to fish the whole water column. You don't know if the fish are going to come in on the bottom, come in at 10 feet down, come in at right under the ice. So with a jaw jacker especially, you can set it really shallow, and you're not scared of spooking them by moving in the ice hut. And a lot of times we do catch them right under the ice. It's kind of structure, and a lot of the insects or whatever pile up underneath it, and they can just cruise through there and feed on them. He's on. Feels catchable, this little guy. Yep. Catchable. The school of catchables roll through.
So those are ones we stocked this year.
Yep. Yeah, you can see they're starting to get kind of chunky,
Yeah.
Starting to get that.
Each winter, CPW stocks around 115,000 cutboat trout through the ice at 11 Mile. The fish are stocked as catchables, which are roughly 10 inches in length, but quickly grow into the big trout 11 Mile is known for.
It's a super fertile lake. A 10-inch catchable grows to 18 inches in a year, 6 pounds the next year, 8, 10 pounds the year after that. And so it's got all kinds of life, all kinds of weeds, and everything from this daphnia that they can filter feed to scuds, and then a big abundance of crawdads in here, and that grows some big fish. Got one down there. Trout. That's a trout. Last year's, yep, that's one of
Last year's stalkers.
Yep. Not a giant, but it's a decent one. Pretty little male. Oops. It's a pretty colored up guy. So this is probably one that was stocked last year too, but just became sexually mature earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, he's way above me. Come on. Come back here. Right here. Right here. Another one of last year's.
Yeah.
We can get some bigger ones. So this guy's pretty clean. He's got only 1 gill ice in there.
Mm-hmm.
Or all you can see is the females. So that's the female with the egg sac.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, it's just
The
got.
female gill ice.
Yeah, that's the ones you can see. You can't see the males. These ones really clean, actually, which is good.
Johnson has success both inside the ice hut using his Vexilar ice fishing sonar equipment and outside of his ice hut with his jaw jacker. He shares some tactics to help you in targeting 11 miles trout.
You know, nobody really thinks of fishing something this big for trout, and this is a 2.5 inch gets it, and it's probably caught more big fish out here for me than anything.
Talk about colors too.
And usually something white or pink is the best thing. You know, this one's just a pearl white, and then I'll have a second hole usually with something pink dead sticked, and then jig this one and let it sit some, and it's kind of an attractor, but it also catches quite a few fish. Yeah, so a lot of times when we'll just let it dead stick, and then we'll jig it a few times, and then let it dead stick again, and a lot of times they'll come in as soon as you stop it again after jigging it. From ice up here is really good on the west end. We're off of like Sucker Cove today, but off of Sucker Cove or Cross Creek, we generally see just really good fishing early, as soon as the ice comes on, and until like mid-January, and then it just gets a lot of pressure. You know, you get 200-300 people out here on a weekend, and it gets a lot harder to start to catch those fish. They just get on to you they've seen a lot of jigs and stuff. So then you just got to mix up your techniques or move to different parts of the lake, and they really start keying in on the like little copepods or daphnia that are in the water. If you look down the hole and it's like green and you think it's murky, it's really just life, and those fish are just swimming around, basically filter feeding that. And the ones I've harvested and cut open, they're just full of that green, the green copepods, and they're eating such tiny little things. It's hard to convince them to eat an ice fishing jig that's 10-15 times the size of what they normally eat. So, and then as the season progresses, some of the fish start preparing for the spawn, and in February and March, like we are now, they'll start like swimming around in, especially like North Shore where they were stocked. They go back to where they were stocked off those ramps, and they'll start keying, trying to find gravel or rocks to spawn in. And there's not any natural reproduction in this lake, really, but they're still like wanting to find that spawning area. So that time of year, I fish shallow. I fish super shallow, try to find some rocky gravel areas, and eventually those big fish, they come through there. They're cruising around. It gets tough that time of year because you're just trying to pull it away from all the stalkers, the 100,000 stalkers that have been put in here throughout the winter. But eventually you'll get a big fish, weed through the little ones, and there'll be a big one eventually.
Yep. Here's to be real. Another one. Appears to be something a little bigger down there. Another picture of the giant.
Why isn't there natural reproduction here?
It's a lot of reasons. I mean, the main thing is habitat, and then the other thing is whirling disease in the dream stream. So there's not, the young rainbows will be affected by that. And historically there probably was back pre-whirling disease days, but there haven't been in a long time. But the brown trout in here haven't been stocked since the 80s, and they still exist because they can live with whirling disease. And there may even be a lake spawning population out here that don't swim up the dream stream to spawn. Hopefully some whirling disease resistant fish in the river, eventually they'll reproduce there too, and kick out some wild rainbows into here.